The best way to relocate to Canada as an immigrant and as a foreign worker, and that will enable you to get permanent residency, is through the community or the pilot programs that are always available in Canada. These are one of the best ways to relocate to Canada because you are eligible for PR in just under 1 year. I know most of us really do not want to take the route of going to these or moving to these countries and staying for 5-6 years before you get your permanent residency. And Canada is that one country that is really very, I'll not say easy, but fair for you to get permanent residency compared to places like UK, where most of the time is around 5 to 6 years for you to get your residency status approved. Cases vary from one person to another, but that is the average stay in the UK for you to be able to get your residency or your permanent residency. Now guys, allow me to share with you a very amazing pathway that you'll be able to move with your family in Canada and apply for permanent residency in just 1 year. Remember, I always want to share with you guys routes that will enable you to relocate abroad without you not using much of resources and mostly much of finances. If you're coming across my video for the first time, my name is Kendi. I share information matters, relocation abroad, either to work, for study, or for conferences. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for always tuning in. I really do appreciate you. I do not take you guys for granted. All the info I share on my videos is always linked on the description box, so you can always be sure to check them out. Whether you want to book a CV review with me, a one-on-one session with me, a personalized job application with me, if you really want me to take you through each and everything in terms of visa application processes, and this is the job seeker visa route, either to Portugal or to Lithuania, where you move, you stay for 6 to 9 months and apply for work visa, or look for a visa, then get a work visa. Also, I offer those services and I will guide you through how to go about it and how to apply for these or those two job seeker visa route. Guys, I always want to share with you and offer you services to ensure that you're very well equipped and you know where to look for these opportunities. Are definitely very standard and friendly and pocket friendly rates. So allow me to share my screen with you because I want us to talk about this program in Canada that will help you to relocate with your family and you'll get your permanent residency in 1 year. It is also good for me to mention that it is very vital and very important that when you're applying for these programs to move to Canada, you need to have all the paperwork ready, because if you do not have even one paperwork or two paperworks or one of the documents that they're asking for, they really will do away with you. And then also guys, you really need to have a well-written CV and also apply for opportunities that, you know, once you get to these countries, you will be able to perform the functions of what is required of you. Let us check more about this opportunity and we see what is available and how to go about it and who is eligible for this amazing opportunity. So the North Bay area is a rural and northern immigration pilot program that is highly recommended and will really favor you if you're looking to move to Canada and work in Canada and get your PR in a very or rather in 1 year. It is very good also, before you complete your application submission to IRCC directly, please ensure that the RNIP community you're applying to has been provided with a community recommendation prior to submitting all the other documents. Guys, some of you might not know all things into detail, what is RNIP, what is IRCC, and that is why sometimes I really encourage you, if you want to move to Canada through these pathways, go read about them because they are shared on the government websites and I always link them on the description box, or rather you can book a one-on-one session with me and then in layterms language I will be explaining to you how to go about this. The application process from start to finish: ensure that you meet the federal eligibility requirements, ensure that you meet the community-based criteria, find full-time employment in the community, complete the Schedule 1 Rural and Northern Immigration Pilot Program, and I want us to look at the guideline of what is the eligibility requirements. To be eligible for this program, you must meet the minimum requirements outlined below and intend to live in the community. That is, to participate in the pilot, you must plan to live permanently in these communities in Canada. You also must have work experience, at least 3 years. You have accumulated at least 1 year of full-time or part-time equivalent work experience in any occupation, and in this case is the National Occupation Classification, that is NOC, or qualify for the student exemptions. You must have performed the actions in the list statement of the NOC. You have performed a substantial number of the main duties in the NOC, including all the essential duties. Your work experience also, you should have done that, and your work experience must be from paid work, not volunteer. Also, you must have a job offer. Applications received by the committee as at from September 23rd, 2022. It is something that happens. This is a program that happens every year. So even right now, it is happening from an employer that carries on a business in the community, located in the community, full-time and non-seasonal, for an indeterminate period. And you should have also skills that really are needed in this community. Healthcare exemptions: applicants who acquired work experience in as registered nurses and registered psychiatric nurses also can apply for these kind of jobs. Guys, I want you to go through this whole document. It will really help you to understand what is required for you, because for you to also be able to apply for such programs and for you to be able to get these amazing opportunities, you should know what is needed of you. You should know if you meet the criteria and what these communities are asking for immigrant workers. And this is what most people do not tell you. When you find agents who are saying they have opportunities in rural Canada, this is what they always get. So they'll go to search for these RNIP programs, and then they'll scribble everything. They'll know the ins and outs and what is required, and then they'll recommend some of the people they know. And then through the recommendations and the interview, some of these people will get their work permits and they will live or rather move to Canada in these rural areas. And you must be able, or you must actually promise to live in the community, because that community is what you're going to improve and offering your skills, because you're also working in a community or in a company that is in this community. Until next time, please watch the video till the end. If you have any question, I am more than willing to answer them in the comment section.